Hey everyone, I just wanted to show an update to my automation bot for applications such as, or games such as Roblox. In this case, again, we're going to be doing Bloxburg. And I've improved the user interface some, and I just wanted to share my progress. So again, we're going to be playing Bloxburg. We're doing the wood chopping game. Work within the game to make some money. So again, what we're going to want to do is going to make sure that we're looking down, that we're already all zoomed out. But let's go back to the beginning here. And again, within the application, we're going to set the target window, which we selected Roblox. We set the window. Okay. And I want to show some updates here. Let's look at the configuration. Okay. And we've changed this interface where we can see all our target objects, where they're located. We can hide them, or we can show only the selected one. Now, what I've changed here is we've added a character template. Okay, and this is where the character is on the screen, and you can see the live capture region. And you can capture positive identifications of your character, and you can take multiple shots, like on the dirt, on grass, facing down, facing up, facing left, and so on. Then you have negative templates where I'm behind a tree, light tree at dark, and so on, in the rain. And the same thing with my character. And so we can move around, we can say here, and we'll see that this updates here. And we can test, is the character visible? And we have a positive match saying, hey, yeah, this is who we're looking for. So if we come over here and we move behind a tree, is our character visible? Nope, it's not there. So now we know better when a tree gets chopped down. And same thing with our energy bars, our fun bar. Now, you can capture an empty reference, a full reference. Now I did resize this, and I've captured a full reference at my new resized percentage, but you can see I had a larger window when I did my empty reference, and so I have to wait for my fun to go down to 0. But right now, so if I test my status bar, it's saying 100%. And when that's not true. But so we will wait until we can get this resized and get an accurate reading, just because of the positioning. Okay, so we can go back to our script builder here, and we are going to create a new script of not timed movement, but we can do landmark navigation, but let's just do timed movement. Okay, and let's get to our starting position. So we'll click on the phone, let's go to work, and we are doing woodcutter. We're already zoomed out all the way, and now we're just going to position where we're standing within the view. So we're going to make this again, we're going to take it, and we're going to kind of line this up so it's kind of even there, parallel. And we're already again zoomed out. We're going to create a new script here, and the new script is from start, or we're going to say, let's say, walk from start to first tree. Okay, and we're going to start recording, and it goes over, and we'll click and make that window active, and let's go. Now we have him chopping that tree, so let's come down to this tree here real quick. And we'll go up until we hit the tree. We hit the tree, we can stop recording. And again, we'll see, how long it waited between where we first hit the first key, how long did we hold it for, and then we waited for so long, and so on. And it will go. So we can save our script. Now this is, again, going from the start to our first tree. Now how are we going to test it? Well, let's put down our hatchet. And let's go back to work. And then we can test, we can play our script to make sure that, hey, does it get to that first tree? And let's play our script. and it will make the Roblox window active again. And here we go. It will start walking to that location. And again, it looks like it's putting double weights in there, so I can take out those weights. Okay, and it got us to our first tree. Let's see, we have an extra weight in here. Let's see if we can delete that step. We don't need it. We have this one here. Let's delete that step. And there we go. So now we're at our tree. Let's create a new script. And this one is going to be an action. Okay, and this is chop down tree. Okay, button is the chop button, which we kind of configured back here. If we click the chop button, we'll see that we have it highlighted right here. So we're clicking the chop button. We don't want object to disappears. We want the character becomes visible, and we're using that character template that we did. And this is the delay between how many clicks. We can set it to whatever we want. We can say, okay, well, we want 100 clicks, just in case it's a gigantic tree. And we can save this script. Now let's test it out. So it makes the window active, and it starts clicking the chop button. And with that, it is going to look, and there we go. It saw our character now matching the templates that we set, and it successfully was the character detected. Yes, and the character is visible, so it stops that action. Okay, now that we've chopped down that tree, we need to walk to our second tree. So we're going to create a new script. It is a time movement. We're going to say walk to second tree. And with this, we will start recording. And let's go down to this tree down here real quick. And we're there. We can stop recording. And we can save that script. Then we would chop down the tree again. We can test. Let's run it. Let's see. Are we going to chop down the tree with our current location? If not, then we would re-record. We would walk to the first tree, then re-record going to the second tree. And we chopped it down. Our character is now detected. We are done. So we're going to create another script, and it's not an action. It is a timed movement. And we're going to say walk to third tree. And let's start recording. So let's go over here. We're going to go to this tree that's right here. And let's get where that tree is, and we'll say stop recording, and we'll save that script. Now let's go again. We're going to test. Let's run the action of chopping down this tree. And there we go. We chopped down the tree. The character is visible. It is done. Now again, we're going to do a new script. We're going to just say walk to first tree. And this is a timed movement. We're going to start recording. And now let's walk back over to our first tree, which is right here. And we're going to... I'm not really liking this one. So we're going to stop the recording just because we're not in a good position. So walk to first tree. We are going to delete that script. So let's start over. And this is kind of where you have to test, okay? So let's start back from the beginning. We're going to go woodcutter. And again, I'm continuing this so I can recapture that empty fun level, so we can test that. We can add logic for that. But we're back at the beginning, so we can walk to our first tree. Let's play that script. And if you have a large script, it can take a little bit because you want to make sure that you are in the same spot, the exact spot that you would be when you're running the script. I don't want to put myself somewhere that I'm not. If it's off slightly, then you'll end up off as it continues through the progress. So we walk to the first tree. We know the chopping works. We don't need to test that. Okay, so now we need to walk to the second tree, and we can play that script. And let's walk to the second tree. Okay, we are now at the second tree. What are we going to do next? We walk to the third tree. And so let's play that script. Oh, and it has extra weights in there, so we have to make sure we remove those if they're not needed. Okay, and I'll clean up the code where that's doing that and performing those actions. Now that we're at the third tree, we are again going to we're going to create a new script. And that we're not going to do landmark. Let's just do time movement, and it's going to be walk to first tree. Okay, and we're going to start recording. We're back on Roblox, and let's go on over to that first tree. And we are there, right there. Stop recording. Again, let's now test chopping down the tree. Are we not on it? Oh, now I hear it. So here's the thing with it. Okay, so I had to move forward a little bit more. And I hear it chopping, actually. Oh, it just took a lot longer, I guess. So, like I said, how many clicks? It's random, and how many clicks that it takes to do this, okay? And again, like if I wanted to say, well, I wanted to walk forward, so we had that walk to the first tree. If we kind of come down here, okay, of how long we hold that key for, I can increase this. Let's say I want it now 100, and I can apply that step change, and so it'll hold for a little bit longer. Okay, and again, we have like some extra weights in here, or we didn't want to wait this long. Let's change those to, we'll wait, 200 and apply that step change, and then we can save that script. So now that we have our routine, okay, we can come down here and we're going to say, here's our wood cutter job route, whatever we want to call it. We can call this new. Let's just do it again. Wood cutter job route. Okay, and let's save that. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to walk from start to the first tree. We're going to chop it down. We're going to walk to the second tree. We're going to then click, and we're going to chop it down. We're going to walk to the third tree. We are going to chop the tree down. We're going to walk back to the first tree. And then we are going to chop it down. Okay, so we will save that. Now let's drop our hatchet. Okay, and let's close that there. Now let's take our job back. Back to the beginning. Okay, we are in position. We have, make sure we save our routine, and we can now run our routine. Let's give it a test, shall we? And it's going to just redo all the movements that we did. Walk into the first tree. And I'll be adding, like you can see over here, on the thing I have do while, I have do until. They're going to be, you know, basically create a loop, you know, for how many you could set to say, I want to do this 100 times, I want to do it 50 times, I just want to continually do a loop, whichever you'd like to do. Okay, so we're chopping down this tree. And again, it's random how many times you need to click, so you could set the number higher. And once the tree falls, it doesn't matter if you got to that 100 number or not, because once your character appears, it'll finish and move on to the next route with a script within your routine. And you can see this tree is taking a lot longer. And we'll just let it chop away. I know, a lot of fun here. Just there we go. That was, well, we didn't reach the 100, but it definitely took quite a few to chop that tree down. Okay. Now we're moving on to the second tree. Hopefully these ones won't take as long. Oh, that was a quicker one. Okay, now the character is detected, and so it's going to then move on to the third tree. And again, those weights, like, you know, between how often it waited to move that up, down, we can change those. It looks like it's maybe waiting a little too long in between, so we can refine those down. And that's what gives you that ability to edit those weights or how long you're moving forward. And we go back to the first tree. And we go chopping. And there, we have completed our routine. So now this is where we would kind of build in a loop, which I'll be implementing next. But now you don't need to be, these are also collapsible. Like if you don't want to focus on the script recording, you can just go back to the routine builder here. But once you have them recorded, they're available on the dashboard. You can select which routine from the ones that you make. Right now there's nothing in the morning loop. But here we are, the woodcutter job, and we have it here, and we can just, once we're on our start position, we can run our routine. And it will do what we just did. So this is the progress that I've made. I hope it looks a little better and it's performing better. But again, if you have any questions or thoughts, we can please let me know. Add it to the comment, like and follow. And I will let you know as I progress and make my next update. All right, y'all take care.